Good morning. I'm Justin Baysinger from Justin Baysinger Photography, and I am out here today in Hutchinson, Minnesota, and I am shooting the Spooky Sprint 5K. So it's a race they put on every year. I've been doing this for probably about the last 5 to 7 years, somewhere in there. And so I thought I'd share my process, how I shoot, why I shoot, and all that other fun stuff that goes along with it. So today I have my Nikon D600. I have my extra battery pack on there so I don't run out, and I also have my 70-200 2.8. I have my Lite action camera on top so I can get some perspective views so that you can see how I'm shooting from the camera. And we'll just go through all that process, what it looks like, and finally what the images are going to look like afterwards. I'll take you through my editing process and how I go about getting those ready for delivery. So come along with me and let's get shooting. All right, we are going to edit some photos. So in situations like this, I use Luminar 3. I'm new to Luminar. I just got it about a month ago, maybe, somewhere in there. So I'm not a power user by any means. I'm just learning it. But what I have learned, I am pretty happy with. So this is the image that I am going to start with. And this is a photojournalistic kind of look, so I don't need to spend a ton of time editing these. I'm going to end up spending more time showing you how I edit than it actually would take me to edit these. So first thing is Luminar. They're not a sponsor. I don't have any sponsors or anything like that. I took a chance on it because I liked what I saw, but you know, I figured that it was going to be too good to be true, much like a lot of the presets that are out there and stuff like that that they do. I wasn't really 100% sure that this was going to work as advertised. Suffice to say, I was pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like now. So this is the image that I've chosen that we're going to edit really quick. And they have all these different presets that are down here. I actually opted for the more expensive version, so I got all these other things in here. I haven't used them all yet. I'm still kind of learning the system. I will dive into them probably at a later time, but for right now, for what this is, I don't need it. I just need the essentials up. So with that being said, I am going to click the AI Image Enhancer preset. And I'm going to let it do its thing, and wow, what a difference that made just off the bat. So you can see here's the before, there's the after, before, after, before, after. So we're already off to a great start. I love what it did with the colors. Exposure looks a little off afterwards. You can see this a little flatter. It's a little more punchy. But that is a quick fix. I'm just going to take my exposure. You can slide it. You can type it. You do whatever. I like to type. I'm going to go 3/4 of a stop. Excuse me. 3/4 of a stop. Let's just see what that looks like. It takes a minute to do its thing. I don't know. That's not bad. That's not bad. I might just bring the highlights down a little bit. Just to bring them down a little bit. Tone. Yeah, that looks good. I'm not crazy on the white balance here. I was shooting cloudy with my camera. I forgot my expo disc at home. So I wasn't able to actually set up the white balance the way I normally would. But what I can do is actually go up here and click cloudy. And let's just see what that does. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. Looks really good. I like it. So again, there's the before, there's the after, the before, the after. Yeah, about the only other thing that I would do to this is probably do a little crop and just kind of bring it in like maybe about right there. Hit done. And let it do its work. Yeah, that's all I would do with this image. This image looks really good right here, and I like it. I will say the one drawback to Luminar is on my system at least, a little bit slower than Lightroom. I also have an older computer. My computer is a i5 quad core, the Sandy Bridge. They're running at, the cores are running at 3 gigahertz. I have 32 gig of DDR3, if that gives you an idea how old my system is. But I am running Western Digital Blue SSDs, so that has made it a lot better. Originally I was trying to run this, I was running it on a 1 terabyte regular hard disk drive, and the weight was even worse. So once I upgraded SSDs, it made a big difference, but I'm also on a slower system, so I can only do so much. Much like Lightroom, if I want to go through and edit another image, let's just, I can go to the adjustments, hit copy adjustments, and I'll go back in here, and let's see, this is another one. I haven't edited this one yet. If I go to adjustments, paste adjustments, it's going to take a couple minutes, a couple seconds, sorry, not minutes, and it's going to copy those adjustments that I made from the other one, and I'm done with this image. This is really good. The only thing I might do is, again, there's a lot of some competing elements back here. I might just bring it in a little bit here, bring it in a little bit there, and hit the done button. Let it apply the crop, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that image. So you can see that it can really speed up your workflow. I really like it. Luminar 4 is coming out in a couple weeks. It's got some more portrait stuff that's in there that's really kind of piquing my interest. You know, I've already pre-ordered a copy of it. I got in on their deal right now where it was pretty cheap to get all this Luminar 3 with the Essentials look, and then also you get Luminar 4 at a discounted price. So I'm already locked in there. So I'm really interested to see what Luminar 4 does. So, but, you know, this is great. This is exactly what I need for images like this. When I'm doing event photography, I don't have to spend a lot of time touching things up and, you know, like I would a portrait or anything like that. Yes, it's a little bit slower processing wise, but I save time because I get the results faster using that AI image enhancer than I do trying to go through and tweak everything through Lightroom. So, you know, it takes about the same amount of time to run through this as it would through Lightroom, but I like the results that I get out of this a little bit better. The nice thing about Luminar, I mean, you can go read up on about it. There's masking stuff that's in there that I can do. I mean, there's a filter amount here. You know, if I slide all the way to 0, going to take everything off. So, you know, I can control how much of that filter is applied. You know, I can take it off, I can put it on, I can go down to 50% if I think it's just too crazy. Um, you know, some of the filters, they do kind of get a little bit crazy when you look at them, but once you bring that filter amount down, it actually looks a lot better. So I mean, you have some pretty nice control with it. And now, again, I'm not a power user. I'm not. They don't sponsor me or anything like that. I've only had it. Excuse me. I've only had it for about a month. I'm still learning a lot of its capabilities and stuff like that. But so far, for me to be able to jump in and go from, you know, an image like this to an image like that in a couple seconds, I mean, I'm pretty happy, and I'm looking forward to exploring this software a little bit more, and I'm really looking forward to Luminar 4 coming out, because like I said, there's some portrait stuff in there that's really interesting. You know, there's some other stuff with the sky replacer and all this other stuff that looked really, really interesting to me. So I'm looking forward to that, and you know, hopefully it works as advertised. So far, I have not been disappointed. So I do encourage you guys, if you're looking for a solution and may not want to pay the monthly fees for Lightroom and stuff like that, you can get Luminar. It's a one-shot deal. I don't know what it's going for right now, but actually, let's look it up quick. Why not? I got you guys here. I can answer that question. Let's see, Skyloom, formerly MacFun. There we go, Skyloom. So you can pre-order at a special price for Luminar 4. Let's see what their discount is. So you can get Luminar 4 and their inspiration looks for $79. This is actually the one that I got was Luminar 3 and 4 pre-order. So I paid the $100. I got my Luminar 4, I got my inspiration looks, and I got my Luminar 3 to play around with. So I did. This is the one that I bought. And I've been pretty happy. So I don't know. I encourage you guys, if you want to, give it a try out. Especially if you're looking for some software to do some editing and stuff like that. In my opinion, this is a very comparable program to Lightroom. You can still batch process everything. If I want to select all of these photos and apply the same look, I can do that. You know, they still do separate libraries for, excuse me, they don't call them libraries, that's a Lightroom thing. Catalogs for all the different photos, so you can sort them out. You don't have to do anything. One of the nice things about this is if you make changes and stuff like that, if you move files around, it will automatically update where those files are, which is kind of nice, because sometimes, you know, I have multiple folders, and some of my images go into a done folder, and some of them will go into a Facebook folder for sharing with the people and stuff like that. So And this automatically takes care of that, which is really nice. But anyway, that's enough of that. That's how I edit these photos using Luminar. Simple, easy, great results. All I need to do is finish up, export them, and I can deliver them. So have that easy use, have the colors looking like they do. It was a worthwhile investment. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you learned something new. If you didn't, I'm sorry. That sucks. And hopefully I'll do better next time. If you did learn something, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for watching my video. Feel free to comment down below. Leave me messages. I'll get back to you. Unless they're negative messages, in which case I probably won't get back to you, just because of the fact that I don't have time to waste my time on negativity. So be kind to one another, and I will catch you later.